guys? Great! Don't worry, we still have plenty of time to get this bicycle crisscross country. So right where you were, thank you for tuning back in. Go ahead, bring your fingertips back behind your head. Take that moment to really pull that lower belly in, right below your belly button. Squeeze it for tightness. Draw your legs up into tabletop. Lift your head up off the floor. We're going to exhale as you draw your right elbow to your left knee. Twist to center, legs switch each other, left elbow to right knee. Switch to center, legs switch for 1, 2, 1, 2. Point those toes and try not to draw those elbows too close in. So you get a nice rotation of that core. 6 more on each side. Use that breath, maybe a double exhale as you twist to the side for 4, 3, 2. Don't get too excited. Next up is double time. Here we go. 1 second count. Switch, 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 switch. Keep it up. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Lower your head back down towards the mat. Lower the feet back down towards the mat. Take a moment, just windshield wipe your legs right and left, right and left. Yay! Awesome. Next up, let's enjoy, oh my gosh, a new video is just playing on my computer. America! I can't win. Okay. Next up, we're going to go for a nice little mermaid stretch, which is similar to the double leg stretch that we did before, but a little bit easier. So you're going to start with your hands down by your thighs. You're going to inhale, pulling that belly in to press your lower back to the floor. Exhale, lower yourself down as you bring those arms up overhead. Inhale as those arms come around once more, and exhale right back to where you started. Inhale, stretch, trace those legs up your thighs, find your C curve. Exhale down, shoulders touch the mat, arms come up overhead. Start your inhale, reach through your fingers, stretch your arms out to the side, and then exhale as everything closes up. 4 more. Inhale up, stomach in, lower back to the floor, exhale down. Arms up overhead. Breath first, then movement. Awesome. Start with inhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale around. Nice and slow. Exhale, finish. 3 more. Here we go. Inhale up. Keep that hold. Exhale down. Still nice, slow breaths. Inhale over, around. Exhale, finish. Last 2. Belly tight. Inhale up. Lower back, glued down to the mat. Exhale down. Still a slight tuck of chin to your chest. Inhale around. Exhale, finish. Last one. Here we go. Inhale up. Pull that belly in. Keep it tight on your way down. Arms come overhead. Inhale around. Exhale, finish. Relax those arms down by your side. Go ahead, kick those feet out in front of you. Just take a moment, relax here. Once again in your Savasana, slow down your breath, slow down your mind, because next up we're going to go for a delightful roll-up. You can open your feet a little bit wider if you want for your roll-up. You might even want to take a slight little bend in your knees if your abs are feeling really weak. Having a little bit of a bend in your knees can help you stabilize on the floor a little bit more. All right, so bring those arms up overhead. Do your best to keep your biceps by your ears. Try not to swing those arms up. You're going to once again suck your stomach in, get some engagement of that lower half. Take a deep inhale as you lift yourself up. Exhale, just reach forward. Big C curve of your spine. Inhale, slowly lower down. Keep those heels on the floor, and exhale as arms come up overhead, back to the beginning. Inhale up, belly tight. Exhale, reach forward, kind of like you're in cat. Lower down. On your inhale, exhale, arms come up overhead. Beautiful. Remember, bend those knees slightly if you need to. If you're working on those abs, stretch your fingers towards the feet. No need to even try and touch. Inhale down. Still looking towards your belly button. Now the ceiling. Exhale, arms up overhead. Last two. Inhale up, belly tight. Press those heels into the floor to help you find that engagement of your abs. Big reach. Inhale down. Exhale, arms up overhead. Last one. This time we're going to stay here. Inhale up. Exhale, find your reach. Feel free to go a little bit deeper this time, maybe reaching all the way towards those feet. Feel free to relax your head down towards the floor, finding the stretch that feels best for you and your body today. And then slowly roll yourself up. Work to stack that head on top of your heart. Oh my gosh, my bum is sore. Oh good, next up we're gonna come into easy pose. Yay, easy pose. So find the cross-legged position of your choice that works best for you. If you find those knees are coming all the way up towards your chest, think about sitting on a pillow or something. If this is really uncomfortable for you also, just think about kicking your legs out, finding the seated position that works best. Go ahead, ground those sit bones down into the mat. Take a moment, shake it out. Wow, whatever feels good. As you stack your head over your heart, and let's take a moment right here in our stillness just to find that engagement of your abdominal core. Notice if you're really arching forward a lot, or if you're leaning back, and feel free to use those hands on your knees to help find that lift of your chest sternum, and once again, engagement of your belly. Does having your hands on your knees encourage you to splay your rib cage out? If so, think about finding a little bit more engagement of that abdominal core, like you're holding onto a quarter within your rib cage, and that's going to help you engage those abs a little bit more as well. Great. From here, we're just going to give ourselves high ankle butt, some nice little neck circles. Keep this lift with your chest sternum, though, and slowly start to make some circles with your nose, starting off the size of a penny. As you're making these circles, just take notice of what's happening with your spine. Did you bring that arch or rounding back to your back? If so, really work to find that length each time you go around, making your circle just a little bit larger. If there's any spots that you find that are a little bit sticky or uncomfortable, feel free to hang out for an extra second in that part of the stretch, keeping those abs engaged, keeping the shoulder blades squeezed together behind you, and just sending your breath into the tense points of your neck. Last 2 times around in this direction, as big as feels good for you. And then get ready to slowly change the direction of your circles. This time starting off as wide as feels comfortable, being really slow. Remember, what feels good in one direction on one side might not always feel the same on the other side, and just honor and respect what your body can bring to your mat today. Each time around, start to make those circles a little bit smaller. Finding what feels right, keep those abs in nice and tight. Remember, leading with your nose. Coming down to the size of a dinner plate. Pull that belly in again. To a bread plate. To a coaster. To a quarter. And back to your stillness. You might need to reground those sit bones now that you found a little relaxation in your shoulders and upper body. It might be easier to sit up. Next up, we're going to go for some shoulder circles. Let's start off by just inhaling those shoulders all the way up towards your ears. I want you to pull that belly in. I want you to seal off your sex organ. As you inhale, stretch up, and exhale. Loud, slow, relaxing release. Enjoy a regular cycle of breath right here at the bottom. Normal inhale and exhale. And on your next exhale, once again, suck your stomach in, squeeze your glutes. Draw those shoulders all the way up towards your ears. Maybe right shoulder higher, left shoulder higher, tighter, tighter, higher. As you exhale, relax and release those shoulders from your ears. One more normal cycle of inhale, exhale at the bottom. And last time, pull your belly in, squeeze your glutes, draw those shoulders all the way up. And they touch your ears, higher, higher, tighter, tighter. Stretch through your head and exhale. Relax and release those shoulders down and away. Great, go ahead, bring your fingertips towards your shoulders. Let's do some elbow kisses. So we're going to inhale as you stretch your elbows forwards and maybe in towards each other, finding that C curve of your spine. Hang out there for just a second. Couple breaths. Enjoying that big stretch. Your chin can tuck towards your chest. You can find a gaze on the floor. Change your breath. Inhale, stretch those elbows up towards the ceiling, starting to open that chest, maybe a little more arching than we had a moment ago. Just hang out in the stretch, a couple breaths right here. Feel that engagement in your upper back, find it in your belly, change your breath, stretch those elbows behind you. Once again, drawing shoulder blades together, starting to pull those shoulders away from your ears. Keep that chin neutral, and then exhaling, elbows down towards the floor. This time a little bit more fluidly, inhaling. You can find that rounding in your back. Exhale, stretch up. Inhale, back. Exhale, down. 3 more times. Inhale, forward. Draw those elbows towards each other from the room. Exhale, up. Inhale, back. Exhale, down. Inhale, forward. Exhale, up. Inhale, back. Exhale, down. Last time in this direction. Inhale, forward. Exhale, up. Inhale, back. And exhale, down. Awesome. Now we're going to switch it up. Inhale, back. Exhale, up. Inhale, forward. Exhale, down. Inhale, back. Exhale, up. Inhale, forward. Exhale, down. 3 more. Inhale, back. Just finding as much range of motion, making sure you're still using your breath, and honoring what your body needs. Last 2. Really warming up that upper body back. Last one. All right, keep that concaveness of your chest. Start to walk your hands forward. Keep your sit bones down on the mat. Find as far of a reach forward. Maybe you even slide your fingers forward, but don't compromise your sit bones lifting up off of the mat. So we're not rolling forward onto our shins. The more that you really press the pads of your fingers and your hands into the floor, the more that you're going to feel this stretch in your upper back. If you want to stay a little bit more relaxed and keep a slight bend in your elbow and just focus on the hinge forward that you're creating and the stretch that you might deeply feel in your legs and your hips, please do what feels best for you. I'm going to press my hands into the floor and enjoy an extra little stretch in my upper back. As you're ready, walk those hands as far over to the right as you possibly can while still keeping your left sit bone to the floor. You can keep your chin tucked towards your chest to find a little bit of extra rounding and engagement in that upper back. And let's go ahead and walk things all the way over to the left side, really pressing that right sit bone down into the floor. Option once again to tuck your chin towards your chest, press your hands into the floor. Find a little extra rounding in your upper back, keep that stomach sucked in. Once again, walk your hands forward. And then we're going to shift the weight forward. Let's come on into tabletop. Tabletop. Right here in tabletop, let's give ourselves a little bit of a spine twist. So keeping everything planted on the floor with that stomach sucked in, hands, palms can be right underneath of your shoulders. Spread your fingertips wide like starfish, and even make sure you're pressing the pads of your fingers into the floor. Nice engagement of that whole hand. Hips are right on top of your knees. Make sure you're not wearing those shoulders as earrings. So find a press into the floor. You don't have to lock those arms out though. As you gently begin to turn your chin towards that right shoulder. Just hang out here for a couple of breaths. And let's switch towards the opposite side. Turn your chin towards your left shoulder. Back to center. This time getting that arm involved. Stretch your right hand behind you. Thumb faces up towards the ceiling. Pinky finger comes close towards your glutes as you once again look behind you. Stretch through the tips of your fingers towards the length of your heels. And exhale, release your right hand back down towards the floor. Spread those fingers wide. Start to turn your chin towards your left shoulder. Lift your left hand up. Thumb facing up towards the ceiling. Palm facing out. Pinky fingers close towards your glute. Find an extra little stretch. Reach through those fingers. Pull that belly in nice and tight. Awesome. Release that left hand back down towards the floor. Let's go for some bird dog. So right knee, left hand stays down on the floor. You can extend the both at the same time, or you can always reach through one and then the other. Make sure you're not wearing those shoulders as earrings. So find that abdominal engagement. Find that pressing of your hand into the floor. And once you have length from your right hand, left foot, make some circles in one direction, in the opposite direction. Release your right hand, left knee back down towards the mat. Extend that left leg out behind you. Right leg, oh my gosh, left hand in front of you. Make sure you press into your hand palm on the floor. No shoulder earrings. Make some circles in one direction. In the opposite direction. And go ahead and release that right leg, left knee back down towards the mat. Let's take a moment just setting up for a plank. Send your right leg behind you. Keep your left leg down on the floor. I want you to curl those toes under. Find your heel on top of the ball of your right foot. And if you want, you can even press a little bit back and forth. All right, come back into stability right here. Squeezing that glute, stretching through your heel, but still working to have that heel stacked on top of the ball of the foot. Pressing your hands, palms into the floor. Your shoulder blades are squeezing towards each other. Just find one spot to relax your eyes, about a foot in front of where your fingers are on the floor. And change. Draw your right leg in, send your left leg out behind you. Curl those toes under. You might have to even wiggle your foot back a little bit more. Press your hands, palms into the floor. Feel free to find a little bit of a rock to begin with. A little bit of a stretch in that calf as well. All right, and then come into your stillness. Press into your hands, palms. The pads of your fingers really work to stack your heel on top of the ball of the foot. Press through that heel, feeling that engagement throughout the left leg. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and step back, both legs into a plank. Just hang out here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, send your hips up towards the ceiling for just a moment. Pedal those feet in down dog. And then come on back into your plank. We're going to step our left foot up nice and wide. And just hang out here in a nice little hip opener. Make sure your shoulders aren't earrings again. Draw those shoulders away from your ears. Still working to stack your right heel on top of the right ball of the foot. If you're having trouble staying lifted, you can always drop that knee down and untuck. And just enjoy this nice hip opener right here. But if you're up for a little extra challenge, stay here in your modified plank. And change. Send your left leg back. Draw your right leg up. Remember, both sides aren't the same, so maybe you have to bring that left knee down this time. I want you to try to take that rounding out of your back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Shoulders pull away from your ears for 3, 2, one. All right, let's send your right leg back to meet with your left. Drop your knees down, send your hips back towards your heels. Take a moment right here in your child's pose. Gonna get one more big stretch in those hips with a nice squat. Just working together towards the idea of getting those heels down on the floor. Awesome. Come on back into tabletop. Send those legs back behind you into your plank. Draw your right leg up nice and wide. You can even turn your heels in and toes out. Draw your left leg up to meet it and sink those hips down towards your heels. Maybe staying right here in a modified squat with your hands on the floor. Maybe your butt's super high. Maybe you can work to walk those hands in a little bit closer. If you can, bring your hands towards your chest. Find one spot to gaze your eyes, and if you want to, if you're really having trouble getting those heels down towards the floor, consider shifting your weight a little bit. Left and right, right and left. Oopsie doodles. Just practice, not perfect. It's okay if you fall out a little bit. All right. Taking one more moment, a couple more breaths right here. Can you lift that chest sternum and drop your glutes a little bit lower for 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands back down towards the floor. Send your hips up towards the ceiling. You can heel till your feet a little closer. Keep that generous bend of your knees to keep your belly on your thighs. Big stretch of your back of the legs. So if you're feeling really tight, find more of a bend in your knee and bring the weight into your heels. Remember, we don't want our knees to come too far forward of your toes. If you can't keep your hands on the floor, you need to grab hold of your opposite elbow. That's totally fine. If you can keep your hands on the floor, awesome. Work to bring a little bit more weight forward into your toes as you stretch your hips up towards the ceiling, and try to eliminate the space between your upper and lower body. So if you find yourself with your legs straight and your belly super far from your thigh, bring that bend back to your knees so that your thighs are a table for your belly. Yay! And while you're here, can you draw your shoulders away from your ears? Find a little bit of a stretch of your hairline down towards the floor. Don't focus on what's behind you. Eyes looking down towards your big and second toe. Beautiful. Bring that bend back to your knees. Bring your hands back down towards the floor. Send your right leg out. Send your left leg to meet it. One more opportunity right here in plank. Bringing that chest forward slightly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those knees down again. Toes come together. Open those knees nice and wide. And once more, send your hips back towards your heels. Another child's pose. Let's find a nice little stretch on our backs before we do a spinal twist and come into final savasana. So go ahead and bring that body forward. Let's come on down into Sphinx. Bend your forearms. Stacking those elbows underneath of your shoulders. Can you place your palms flat down on the mat? Just depending on how tight you are, maybe you can't lift yourself up all the way, and that's okay. Sometimes taking a little bit of a wider base with your feet can help to find a little more arching of your back. I'm just pressing my elbows into the floor, squeezing my shoulder blades towards each other to draw my shoulders away from my ears, and keeping my belly button pressed down. Big stretch happening right in my lower back. You can increase the stretch even more by stretching your eyes, nose, chin up towards the ceiling, or straightening your arms coming into seal, but still working to keep that pubic mound, belly button area down on the mat for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, lower yourself back down. Make that nice little pillow with your hands. Place your forehead on it, bend your knees, and windshield wipe your feet. Right and left, right and left. Relieve any tension that might have built up on that lower back. Gonna take a nice little spine twist on our bellies. So stretch your arms out to the side in a T. Keep your left leg straight and bend your right knee. You can press into your right hand palm to help you lift that right leg up and over. Just find a place to put your right foot down on the floor. The more that you work to open your thighs and twist, the more you can create a stretch in that mid-back. Maybe you're focusing on creating a little bit more of a stretch in your shoulder, in which case make sure that your hand palm is in line with your shoulder if you're rolling over a lot onto your left side. Or perhaps you want to walk your right hand fingertips away and create more of a stretch in that mid to lower back. One more deep inhale. And exhale, roll yourself back over, extend your right leg, bend the left knee, press your left hand into the floor as you bring your left leg up and over your body. Option to bring it more into your shoulder by opening that left leg nice and wide and rolling more into your right shoulder or into your mid-back by stretching your left hand fingertips away from you. Nice work, you guys. Just a couple more breaths right here. Take your last deep inhale, and as you exhale, roll yourself back over. Relax your arms down by your side. We're going to finish today with Savasana on our bellies. Just 1 minute on each side for a little bit of a stretch of your neck. Whichever side feels most comfortable for you to begin with. I placed my left ear and left temple on the mat, and I'm finding some rounding in my upper body to allow my shoulders to come down towards the mat. Find one spot. If your eyes are open, to focus your eyes. And just come back to your breath. Really try to expand your rib cage from the back. Notice if you have those shoulders drawing up towards your ears and what you can still relax here, even on your belly Savasana. Can you find a little bit more length through the crown of your head? Last 2 breaths on this side. Then use your inhale to lift your head up and place your opposite ear on the mat. As you relax here, find that length. Beautiful. Last 2 breaths right here. Or feel free to hang out on the floor. Maybe roll onto your back. Enjoy a traditional Savasana if you have some more time to relax. However, if you're like me and you have other things to do and see, go ahead, bring your hands underneath of your chest and gently press yourself up. Let's come back to a seated position of your choice and close out today's practice together. Yay, take an opportunity to bring your hands palms to the center of your chest. Press those hands palms together. Thumbs touching on your sternum as you tuck your chin. And honor yourself for creating this time and space for you, for your physical and your mental health. As always, if you guys have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out. If anything hurts, let me know. Let's create a class just for that. In the meantime, continue to think good thoughts, eat good foods, do good deeds, and speak good words. I can't wait to see you guys all again soon. I will also be teaching an extra class this week as I cover Jen's Thursday morning Rise and Shine Yoga. I hope to see you there. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. Thanks guys. Thanks for tuning into round 2. You're the best.